Today we are going to start with our fifth chapter in history, that is the Mutiny of 1857. It is a very interesting chapter and also it is a very important piece of history in Indian history. Okay, so why Mutiny of 1857 is the important one? Because people of India gave great challenge to Britishers through this mutiny, and also it had shaken the British rule that was from 1757, and also rightly said by Veer Savarkar, mutiny of 1857 was the first massive rebellion to uproot foreign rule from the land of India. So what Veer Savarkar said was that mutiny of 1857 was the first massive, it was the first large scale rebellion to uproot foreign rule, to remove foreign rule from the land of India. Okay, so the people, whether king or landlord, artisan or farmer, soldier, Hindus or Muslims, all contributed according to their capacity. So all the people contributed as per their capacity in this mutiny. Okay, so people from different sections of society rose up in rebellion against foreign rule, economic exploitation, social discrimination, and among soldiers, and discrimination among soldiers. So why people rebelled? Some of the reasons are given over here is that they rebelled against the foreign rule, against the economic exploitation, social discrimination, and discrimination among soldiers. Okay. Then it was the biggest armed rebellion against East India Company, and it resulted in India's movement toward independence. So because of this rebellion, it was an armed rebellion against East India Company, and this movement, this rebellion, that is the mutiny of 1857, resulted into India's movement towards independence. So sometimes this mutiny of 1857 is also known as the first war of independence. Okay. Then there were several reasons for this mutiny, but if we believe that any revolt or mutiny can be caused by some reason, then it's not completely true. In reality, this mutiny happened because of a long time process, or because of the exploitations that were going on for the long period of time. Okay, so why this mutiny of 1857 happened was, just a minute. The mutiny of 1857 was because of discontent among soldiers and their compulsion to use new fat greased cartridges. We will understand in detail in the further, but it was said that by some historians that the mutiny happened because of the discontent among soldiers and the compulsion to use fat greased cartridges in their rifles. But in reality, the reasons were political and economic exploitation, administrative failures, discontentment of soldiers, slavery, social discrimination, system of apartheid. So what is apartheid? It is a social policy which involves political, economic, legal discrimination against people who are not white. So what does apartheid means is that the people who are not white will face political, economic and legal discrimination in their policy. Okay, so Britishers used the apartheid policy. They used to discriminate on the ground, they used to racially discriminate on the ground of political, economic and legal factors. Okay, then there were exploitations of age-old culture and violation of religious intolerance. So these were the reasons for the mutiny that caused this mutiny. Okay. So the mutiny of 1857 spread throughout the country. The mutiny started with rebellion of soldiers, but most of the people, farmers, laborers, craftsmen, tribes, soldiers, etc., and kings of small kingdom contributed in the mutiny. So in a way, each and every people of the India contributed in this mutiny. So this was the brief introduction about mutiny of 1857. Now before going further, let's understand the meaning of mutiny. Mutiny means rebellion against the authority, and especially by the army. So if army man revolts against the authority, then it is termed as mutiny. And if civilians would rebel against the authority, then it would be termed as revolt. Okay, so this is the basic difference between mutiny and revolt and its meaning. So in this chapter we are going to see the reasons for discontentment, that is the reasons for the mutiny of 1857. and how these events unfolded. That is the beginning and the process of the revolt, that is the mutiny of 1857. Then what was the result of this revolt, and also after this revolt what impact Britishers had and what all changes they made in India. Okay, so let's start with the reasons of discontentment. So the first reason is political reasons. So we know that up to 1857, British East India Company extended its power through different policies like war strategies, Chanakya Niti, policies of divide and rule. So through various policies, British East India Company expanded its rule. So they captured Hyderabad, Tanjore, Surat, Karnatic, Pune, Indore, Gwalior, Nagpur, etc. And other than that, many other policies they used to capture the land of India. So Lord Dalhousie aggressively implemented the doctrine of lapse. The doctrine of lapse. Okay. So what does this doctrine of lapse means is that if a kingdom that was ruled by an Indian ruler, if that kingdom does not have any higher, that is the if that kingdom does not have any waris, then the land would go to that kingdom would go to Britishers. Okay, so in this way they captured Satra, Jodhpur, Sambalpur, Bhagat, Udaipur, Jhansi, Nagpur, Awadh, etc. Okay, and because of that, the pension of Nana Sahib, the son of Bajirao too, was stopped, and also the Rani of Jhansi was ousted from her kingdom. So because of this doctrine of lapse only, these changes were made by the Britishers. And also after that, Dalhousie through the Inam Commission seized many lands of zamindars. So what does they did in Inam Commission was the zamindars had to prove the title, that is they had to prove that the land is their own. So as we know that the land used to pass on through generation to generation, and they didn't have any papers to justify the title, justify their holding of the land. So the land of the zamindar went under the hand of the Britishers. So in this way also they captured the land of the kings, zamindars and people, and created dissatisfaction. So because of this Inam Commission, many kings, zamindars and people lost their land, and it created dissatisfaction among them. So people thought that if this situation is of kings and emperors and they are in such a dire condition, so what would happen to a common people? So these were the political reasons that they went on capturing the land of the common people and also the zamindars and the kings, that created discontentment among the people. Okay. Then the other reason was administrative reason. So we know that the Britishers administered the India as they wanted, as they benefited the Britishers. So Britishers never gave any such confidence to Indians that they could develop faith or belief towards them. Okay. So what used to happen was all the higher posts in India, Britishers were appointed, and the Indians were neglected. Also, the provision of Charter 1833 was not followed. That gave in Charter Act of 1833, it was mentioned that the promotion should be given on the basis of their qualifications, but Indians were not given promotion according to that charter also. So the educated Indians became disappointed. Okay, then the British administration was not people oriented, but it was because oriented towards their profit. It was oriented towards the fulfillment of the desires of the Britishers. So we can see strict tax policies, heavy taxes that were imposed on common people and poor people, costly judiciary system, corrupt administrations added discontentment among the people. So along with those administrative reasons, the strict tax policies were there, heavy taxes were imposed on common and poor people. Then the judiciary, if they wanted to file a case, or they wanted to get justice, the judiciary was costly. Then there was corruption in their administration. So all this created discontentment among the people. And so along with that, the police became inefficient and passive. So police also favored the Britishers, and they were neglecting the common people. And so this was also the reason for the discontentment of the people. So the government, and also the government never took any responsibility for the welfare of the society. So all these administrative reasons were that administrative reasons resulted into the mutiny of 1857. Okay. Then we have the next reason as economic exploitation. So along with political reasons, administrative reasons, there were economic exploitation that was going on. So what happened because of this company's economic policies, it destroyed India's export. So India's export was destroyed because of the policies of the Britishers. So what happened was the industrial revolution of England affected Indian businesses. So what happened now, India became the exporter of just raw materials and grains, and importer of the finished goods. So the industries like cottage industries, handicraft industry and export trade nearly died. Okay. And India became an organization that used to receive ready-made goods and a market to sell goods. So what happened was the Britishers destroyed the export trade, and now India became the market to import, and Britishers used to trade, that is they used to import goods in India, and they used to sell their goods in India, and India became the market to sell their goods. Okay. So almost all the wealth of India went to England. Okay. Then what happened was England also imposed negligible duties on imported textiles into India, but it taxed heavily the textiles exported from India to England. So what other policy did Britishers used was they imposed negligible duties on import. So if England used to bring any imported item in India, they used to tax it very negligibly. And if Indians wanted to export something, they taxed their textile heavily into England. So what happened was the England goods became cheaper and the Indian goods became dearer or the expensive. So Indian trade was destroyed in this way. So the industrial centers like Dhaka, Murshidabad, Surat, Madurai, etc., they all got destroyed. Okay. Then native Indians were also kept away from the high post in the job, and also with the end of the kingdom, what happened was the courts were also closed. So people and soldiers were given the jobs, but they were not given proper posts. So we know that if kingdoms were destroyed and if courts were not there, the people that were employed in the courts of the kings would be unemployed. So if they went for the jobs, so the soldiers were given jobs, but they were not according to their post. Also, the judiciary, Indians got very lower posts in the judiciary, and thus this brought unemployment and poverty in India. So these were the economic reasons that resulted into the mutiny of 1857. And because of such exploitations, there were many droughts and famine that occurred, and which also changed the social and economic conditions of the people. Okay. As because of this exploitation, there were many social changes, and also social and religious changes occurred due to the policies of the Britishers. So let's have the other reason, that is social and religious causes that caused the mutiny of 1857. So after William Bentinck's rule, that is Western Reformation took place rapidly in India. So after William Bentinck, the Reformation of India, that is the Westernization of India, took place, and there were many disturbances in the age-old social system. So because of these policies, the social system of India were disturbed. So Britishers banned sati pratha, infanticide and child marriages, and introduced rules allowing remarriages. So as we see, these were the positive changes, but during those time the orthodox Indian society found it to be as the interference in their social system. Okay. Then there were some rules which was ruining their old social customs, and that was attempting to convert Hindus and Muslims into Christians. So what used to happen was the Christian missionaries and the priests were given government protection to convert Hindus and Muslims, okay, into Christianity. So there was no lagging, there was no laxity in the campaign of the Christianity. And also the Britishers took the support of the police for the religious conversion, and in army priests were appointed on the government expense to campaign for Christianity and for the conversion. So not only they took the help of the government or the police, but the Britishers appointed those priests in the army at the expense of the government for the conversion, okay, into Christianity. And also they introduced a act, that is Religious Disability Act of 1850, in which what used to happen was those Hindu or Muslim who converted to Christianity were given the rights of parental property. So if you convert to Christianity, then your parental property rights would be given to you, otherwise it would be seized. So Hindus and Muslims started doubting this religious policy of the government. And also there were many other reasons, like in Agra an order was given that whenever an Indian used to see would see a Britisher, he has to salute him, and if not they would be punished and sentenced. And also the Christian priests that were converting Hindus and Muslims to Christians established their schools for imparting education, and along with that they used to impart the Christian education, that is the Christianity was made compulsory in their syllabus. So also not in only the schools, but they went to prisons, army camps, government offices for promoting Christianity, okay. Then the major other setback was that the Britishers imposed taxes on temples and mosques. The religion feelings of people were hurt because of that. The Indian rulers, the previous rulers, they did not place any tax. The places were tax free, but Britishers imposed taxes on temples and mosques, and because of that, the religious feelings of the people were hurt. And also, many Hindus and Muslim families were earning their livelihood, their income from this temple and mosque, and because of this, it were hindered. And so, the illiterate, ignorant people who loved their religion more than their life were discontent because of this British policies, okay. Then other reason was the military causes that caused the mutiny of 1857. But the military causes is a big puzzle in our history of India, that it is said that the army of Bengal was the most loyal army to the Britishers, but the Bengal army was the first one to rebel against the Britishers. So it is a very big puzzle in our Indian history why it happened. So it was there were reasons we can say, but still it's been a puzzle in history that in the army Indian soldiers were putting in hard and difficult service, but they were paid less salary and allowances than the British soldiers. So we know that Indian soldiers used to work very hard and they used to give difficult service in their army, but still they were paid less in the allowances compared to the British counterpart, okay. And also the British soldiers were given special allowances for special service or during war situations, and that was 3 to 4 times of their salary what the Indians were paid. So the British soldiers used to get allowances that was 3 to 4 times of the Indian soldier, that the salary of the Indian soldier. So this was also the reason for the discontentment. Also, if the army man served for 20 to 35 to 30 years in an army, he would get a promotion post up to just Subedar, and their salary was only 60 to 70 rupees, okay. So this was also the reason that caused discontentment. And also the behavior of British army officers were humiliating and it was not very good. So this caused resentment among the Indian soldiers. But in 1856 the Britishers took Awadh under their control, and the army in Bengal was the soldiers in Bengal army was from the Awadh, and because of this undertaking of Awadh, they were having the feeling of discontent among them, okay. Then there were barrack mess system in which group meals were organized, and that was also that also caused upheavals among the army, because during those time the religious practice and untouchability were there. So having meal among all was not considered as auspicious. So this also caused the discontent, okay. And other than that, Indian soldiers were not allowed to apply tilak, or they were not allowed to grow beards, or they were not allowed to wear the turbans. Also, the Governor General Canning introduced General Enlistment Act of 1856. So according to this act, any sepoy can be posted anywhere in India or in abroad. And as you know, during those time it was believed that that crossing the sea would result in the loss of religion. So if you cross the sea, if you travel through the sea, you will lose your religion. So this belief was there during those time, and this General Enlistment Act of 1856 caused the upheaval among the armies. Okay. Also during those time, the British army was defeated heavily in some battles, that is Afghan war and the wars with Punjab. So in this too the Britishers lost, and this created self-confidence among Indian soldiers that Britishers were not invincible. So because of this defeat faced by British army, the self-confidence of the Indian soldiers increased. Okay. Then there are some other causes, like during those time in Italy, Greece, Belgium, etc., they attained independence, and through this inspiration also the thought of mutiny developed in the minds of the people. Okay, so those were the reasons that were going on from long period of time. But it is said that the immediate cause of revolt of 1857 or the mutiny of 1857 was the fat greased cartridges. So what used to happen in this was that Indian soldiers were given the order to use fat grease cartridges, and this was the spark of the mutiny. So they had two rifles, namely Brown Brace rifle and New Enfield rifles. In those rifles, the cartridges were used to get covered through a greased paper cover. The cartridges were covered by a greased paper cover, and to remove that paper, one has to bite that cartridge, and then it would be loaded in the rifle. And it is said that the grease that was used in that paper was made of beef and pig. And so as we know, the Hindus does not touch the meat of a beef, and the Muslims does not touch the beef of the pig. So they were enraged, and they thought that it is the technique of the Britishers to take away their religion, and so they thought that the religion were at stake. So this resulted into the mutiny of 1857. So what Sir John has written is that there was no doubt that the fat of cow and pig were used in making of the cap of cartridges. This worked as a spark, and the mutiny began. Okay.